and putting them in different places is kind of cool. This has the blue center with the blue edges here, and it looks pretty cool also for a different color, for yellow. Just like it's kind of cool here where these three colors are different than the base color, same here. But there's no way to not have this green center, one of the centers match this color, or let's see, this other one matches this one. There's just no way to do it with the four corners when you move them around. But I like this pattern, having these stick out the way they do. It's kind of cool, and having that gap in there. It's a fun way to solve it. It's very similar to one of the other ones I've done. I simply have these middle ones are inside out, and then I switch the corners with these, which is kind of fun to have this stick out. The hard part is that, not hard, but you need to remember to try to match this. These yellow pieces need to point towards it, just like this blue center here needs to have these three pointed. Otherwise, it won't always solve correctly for you. But it's kind of fun to have these pieces stick out on the edges, and then these pieces stick out on the edges. Simply the flower pattern that you can do with the 3x3, where you have the different color petals. It's kind of cool. I'm going to do a different version of it in just a little bit. So this looks actually a little bit cuter on the 3x3 than it does the 5x5. The flower, the different colored center, and then we have these three here, and the edges, and then the red outside different color. And then we have yellow in the middle, with the edge pieces being checkered, but you still have the yellow and then the blue on the outside. It's kind of interesting in the flower, just still a little bit busy. They kind of missed the pattern some, but it's still kind of cool. This pattern, it's simply everything's normal except for one of the bottoms, where I reverse this piece and this piece, and it makes a little stand for it. So that's kind of cool that it makes a little stand that you can sit it on. And then you can spin it around and leave it. Version of what I just did. Three sides are flat. One side has all the pieces inverted that you can. So it still has a little stand on it if you want, but it has the inverted pieces. That's kind of cool. The pattern is half smooth and half exactly reversed. So again, the yellows and the reds are exactly smooth, and the greens are inside out. And when it's inside out, what's nice is that they have this flat part here, semi-flat, and it can sit like this, has a base, and it can spin, and you can see the inside out parts, and then you can see the flat parts also. That's pretty cool. Three inside out colors, and then a flat side. So again, three inside out colors, and then the flat side. You can spin it on it, which is kind of cool. And then you can leave it on its edge, or you can put one on the side there. Get the flat side, and the two in and out sides. Pattern that I just barely figured out how to do, where they get the 5 colors pointing up, and then the stripes on both sides continuing to go. So that's pretty cool. It's just a slight different than the pattern that closes it off and makes it a, I don't know about a circle, but triangles. So the same thing happens here. This time it's pointing down, and then again these points up, then the blue and green points down again. So I might do some in and outs to see what that looks like too. I was trying to figure out how to get the blue and the green in here, but I just kept screwing it up and don't know how to make that pattern and always make it work, because I wasn't able to make these match up. So maybe you're better than I am and figure that out. Two patterns. This has the strips that are pointing up, the opposite color. So the blues and the yellows do opposite, and then the greens and the red as they point. And this time I flipped all the pieces except for the first arrow, for lack of a better word, the arrow. So all the other pieces are inverted. You can see that this is reversed and reversed and reversed, except for